Yes, people, as we gear ourselves for the opening of the track and field stages of the Olympic Games, just want to take a moment and comment on a issue that I've seen developing over the past couple of months, but more certainly I saw a clutch piece that came out over the weekend, and this was from an article that the Observer published, quoting Natoya Goule, Natoya Goule tapping, who used her time to talk about, stop the foolishness, which was the headline of the article, as she urges Jamaicans to stop bashing athletes. Now, just want to make this point that bashing of athletes seems to have become a catchphrase. And yes, a number of Jamaican athletes have, ventured down this road. We saw it earlier in the year when Asafa Powell, of course, one of the girls' pet in Jamaica, and an established and monumental athlete who now runs a podcast, took the opportunity. He also brought in double Olympic champion Elaine Thompson Hera into the argument, and they both went to town, lambasting Jamaicans for being critical of the athletes on numerous occasions. Now, as I said, we have seen this coming through recently, and I was even more perturbed when Johan Blake, in an interview overseas, I think he ran at the London Diamond League where he came eighth, and he was being interviewed, and he used the opportunity, the podium presented by that, to literally talk about, Jamaicans diss him and all that sort of thing. Now, let me tell you something. I am a fan of track and field, and I've been for more than 50 years. I watched track and field from 1969. I remember the days when Jamaica and its athletes' core could barely muster but a silver or a bronze medal. Jamaican support of athletics has been since, from then to now, no less than supportive, and not just supportive of athletics per se, but of our athletes. We remember the days when we struggled to get one or two medals at any international competition. And of course, yes, as time has passed, we have relished the performances of our athletes. And I cannot imagine a single Jamaican who don't admire the people who go out and represent the country wearing the black, green, and gold. I take very strong difference to those who, for the lack of an argument, challenge the spectators that when they never do nothing in all their life yet, and they never even run around in a yard, and yet when I criticize athletes for them performances or lack thereof. The fact is that track and field athletic is a fan-based sport. Not every single athlete is going to be able to perform at the optimum. We have 60 odd athletes at the Olympic Games right now. And the projection, my certain projection, is that we will probably come away with about 12 or 13 medals. My optimism is that we win 3, 4 gold medals and so on. And so not every athlete is going to get a medal. That is not to say that we don't support those athletes who don't get a medal. But in a fan-based environment, there are always going to be expectations of athletes by the fans. And so when I saw this article from Natoya Goule, no, Natoya Goule, she's a 33-year-old. This is her third Olympic Games. And the third Olympic Games for Jamaica. And as the national 800 meters champion, we adore her. I've been watching Natoya Goule from the day she was running at champs as a champ athlete. Um, a product of Manchester, we just like our community, all of us are proud of her. And so I was a little taken aback by the article. Yes, she have a right to speak, but I really believe that sometimes we need to think about the stuff that we say. To just to quote her, all of you seeing us running on TV don't see what we are putting in here. It is a lot of hard work. So when you see us on the track running, don't say anything before you ask questions, right? That is why I'm telling you people, we're here working hard to represent Jamaica and ourselves. And so you better cheer for us and stop criticizing us the same way she had it. Now, listen, Natoya Gould is a what I call a salt of the earth athlete for Jamaica. Um, she ran a world leading time of 1 minute 54.61 seconds. Um, to basically, well, this has been our best time. Let me rephrase that: 1 minute 54.61 seconds, and it qualified her for the team to go to the Paris Olympics. She ranks among as the fifth fastest woman in the world over the distance, um, behind um, Britain's Kelly Hodgkinson, and it is Kelly Hodgkinson rather who has the world leading time. My apologies, of 1 minute 54.61 seconds. Natalia Gould is the of the as the fifth fastest time in the world this year. And we want to regale and revere her for that. She has done wonders for herself and for our country, and we are all proud of her. So much so that a couple of years ago, it was that the government of Jamaica.
Middle distance runner Natoya Goule was left humbled recently when she had a road renamed in her honor in the community she hails from in Manchester.
So there you go. A couple of years ago, the people of Manchester came together and they regaled her for her dedication and contribution to the sport, to the community that she hailed from, and the community basically took the time. I think those are the sitting council for the area who was instrumental.
Middle distance runner Natoya Goule was left humbled recently when she had a road renamed in her honor in the community she hails from in Manchester. The heavens opened up and poured down showers of blessings at the unveiling of the Natoya Goule sign and road at the entrance to Top Coffee Grove, the community she calls home in Manchester.
We have unveiled a sign renaming a road in her honor. And it's a beautiful road, and it's something that has been done by the Councillor Mitchell, and I want to commend him for doing that. It is important that we make our athletes feel appreciated and loved. And when you look at rural communities where a lot of our athletes are from, in those communities, we have to make the community know that Jamaica love and appreciate persons who have come out of their communities, who have excelled and who have done well. Natoya has, along with other athletes, have brought Jamaica front and center in the world of athletics.
There you go. That coming from Minister Babsy Green. This was a video I borrowed from PBC station down there in Jamaica. But I make this commentary because I think athletes need to appreciate that, especially those who are fortunate enough to not only be wearing the national colors, but to have basically garnered sponsorship from big name sponsors and small name sponsors too, but sponsors nonetheless. Sponsors sponsor athletes because there's an expectation that the athletes, by the way they carry themselves and the performances that they bring to the sport, will help to drive traffic to their brands and to help improve the sales of the products that they themselves sell. And so, like the average person who get up out of them bed a morning time and have a shower, drink them like a cup of tea and head out to work, whether them take bus or them walk foot or them drive them car. It is a job just like everybody else. The big difference is track and field is a fan-based sport, and in Jamaica, we take track and field like a religion. The one thing we cannot do, the one thing is that we can never ever stop people from speaking. And so, what the expectations are for our athletes is that, yeah, you're gonna have to be able to demonstrate a bigger level of mental toughness, right? To recognize that you can't stop people from talking. So what you need to do is either A, you learn how to block out some of the negative commentary, or you use that negative commentary as fodder, as energy to drive your performance to the next level. Me, I don't believe that there are any Jamaicans out there who are deliberately discrediting any athlete whatsoever. There is an expectation. Jamaica is known around the world as a major track and field loving country. And there is a certain level of enthusiasm that comes with that. Yes, it does produce some negatives, but my sense is that as an athlete, you have to learn to block that out. I'm not going to go down the road and say you need to shut up and run. But sometimes we need to, if you don't have nothing that that is positive that you're gonna say. And the same applies to the fans. But since you can't stop the fans from talking, nobody say anything about it. Just recognize that I saw them stay and move on. We don't want to color this period of celebration or anticipating celebrations by having to deal with that kind of negative. Yes, there are people out there, but we need to stop a little bit and think to ourselves that, do we want to, what is the messaging that we are trying to say? I believe that sometimes some of our athletes are a little misguided, and they venture down the road with certain types of comments. But I genuinely do not believe that there are any Jamaicans out there who are trying to undo or to tear down any Jamaican athlete. I don't believe that. And I'm saying, been watching this sport for well over 50 years. And so, Natoya, say where your community have regaled you, the government falling behind, you have to give Babsy our kudos to, and name a piece of road after you. So we as Jamaicans are acknowledging your contribution. And would it be nicer if much more could be done? Absolutely. But again, Jamaica is a broke pocket country. Resources kind of thin. And so, you, the athlete, are part of the resource base of the country. And yes, we would have loved that we could have educate people into an understanding that, athletes are, a big part of what drives the energy and the attention to Jamaica. But, we can't do that. So my advice to you, Nats, go and do your best. You're there down Paris, and if you can, by any stretch of luck and whatever else you want to call it, you can cop a little medal. Do your best, and it no matter if you're no medal, as long as we know you're out there, you represent the black, green, and gold. That we want. So focus. And to the rest of athletes out there, look for people like Shelley. Never said a word. People criticize Shelley too, but them people that know how to work with the energy and turn it into fuel to them thing. Usain Bolt is another perfect example. Bolt me hearing them one of them video with that surfer and talk about how the people in boo him at the stadium, you know. And if he never says so, become I remember that. But that's just the business that you choose. You know, the mafia movie, The Godfather, the man that I remember the man them turned to the Corleone and them said, this is the business, the life that we have chosen. Athletics is the life you guys chose. And it comes with a little bitter, with a little sweet rather, and sometimes plenty bitter, including the effort where you guys have to put out there. For what it is worth though, let's wish our athletes all the best as them down in France there, and with in an effort to bring glory to the island. And we wish them every bit of success. And it would be great if everybody could have win a medal. We know that that is not possible. And so to those who will eventually come home with something that we can cheer about. And even if we meet with disappointments, we still love all our respect. If you love this video, you know what, may I ask you to just hit the like button. And if you haven't, subscribe to the channel so that as we reload more and more commentary, you're going to be the first to hear. Respect.